So let me... There we go. The slider was so close to the button there that I didn't want to move. Plus air support prototype advance. Jungle training. Hold on. Oh, spotting is ahead of time. There it is. Oh yeah, it is indeed a bit ahead of time. Right, so soon we'll have a look at the situation in the world again. Installation security is now max level. No landings in here. They haven't managed to take Messina quite yet. Oh, and popularity dropped to high popularity again for a little bit. War spy has been lost. Oh dear, the British are losing a lot of ships. Although not that is really my problem, per se, because I'm not part of the Allies. Air Force is asking for more money. Well, that's not good. Oh, more manpower. Yes, please. And supplies, but we don't need supplies, really. And how is the war in... Okay, so they haven't managed to take Siam yet. Or, I mean, they've taken one province back, but that's about it. So I think the British are having problems in Burma now in terms of supplies. Battleship damage, fighter bomber prototype. More energy sold to the Swiss. The best event in game almost. Pretty much, yeah. Oh, we're gonna get the battleship upgrade now. Researching. There we go. Oh, right, we probably need to get the battleship class to level 4, so we actually need to get this completed first, and then that's level 4. Oh dear. That's gonna take a while. To even get that modifier, so... Oh, right, that actually reminds me. We may have been having a bit too much in officers lately. Lower that to 12 points again. I did forget that. But now we've got 82 research going on at the same time, so that's going to be a bit more. Extreme terrain tactics. More warship armament, so we're going to get a destroyer upgrade again. First thing, let's take the extreme terrain thing off from the research queue, and then destroyer class. I think I'm going to put that to the top of the list, actually. It is something that I do want to keep up to date as much as possible. How much are we over? Over what? I'm not following right now. Probably something that I said, but when I'm streaming, I have a memory of a goldfish. Officers. Oh, right, yeah. 43,000. We could probably actually lower it even further. Reduce it to like 8 points. They're still going to be increasing a little bit, but... Oh, battlecruiser advance. Okay, so now we can get a lot of the stuff in here. Only 5 leadership. I suppose, yeah, I could. Right, so, the capital ship stuff. Keep on researching all of this. I'm not going to put them to the top of the list, though. The capital ship stuff isn't that crucial. It's just, it's going to be nice to have. But that's about it. And then encryption machine is ahead of time. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Okay, so the amount of German troops on the border has dropped quite significantly again. I'm sure that they are currently probably... I actually wonder, are they? Like, at one point when I had a look at the save, the Germans had like half a dozen division on each of these provinces bordering Luxembourg. Then like 3 or 4 on the Belgian border, and then like 2 to 3, or 3 to 2 divisions per province on the Dutch border. But clearly Luxembourg is the biggest threat. Mobile unit training, some more organization for our troops. And light cruiser class advance. Excellent, so now we can get the anti-air cruiser research. Luxembourg highest threat to the German Reich. I mean, it's definitely one of the highest. Right, we can get the light cruiser armament as well, and there's also that one. Anything else over here? I mean, there's probably some things, but that's going to be fine. Right, so now that we've got the light cruiser research, I'm just going to put in a couple more of those to be produced. They do take 20 months Oh dear, that is still quite a while. So how long is that in days? That's like 620 days. Pocket battleship is 750. Heavy cruiser is 760. Almost 770. Yeah, all of that does take quite a while. I'm gonna get a bit of an extra spies now, so that's actually not bad at all. Never got on light cruiser AA. Don't know the stats. I have researched it before. I don't remember the exact stats, but like if I remember correctly, it's relatively quick, or it's quite comparable to the regular light cruisers in terms of speed and defense and all that sort of stuff, but like it has a lot less sea attack, but the air attack and air defense is quite a bit higher. If I remember correctly. I don't remember the exact numbers. Assault guns advanced, submarine crew training, unrestricted submarine warfare, aviation navigation radar advanced, so there's quite a few things that are now ahead of time. That one's ahead of time. What was the other two? Submarine crew training and aviation navigation radar, or navigational radar, and then submarine crew training, that would be in naval. Yeah, that is indeed. So I've got most of these things underway. A little bit, surely. Oh, a medium armor design is going to be done tomorrow. Well, that's good. That also means that our tanks are going to be much better. Well, at least a little bit better. Especially the tanks on... Oh, medium armor design, yeah. I wonder, is it now the generic, or does it still have... Well, that's generic at least, but what about the battalion? That's also generic now. It does have the picture of a panther, but the name is now just generic stuff. Bit of a shame, but it happens with almost any nation eventually. Aside from, like, Germany and USSR and maybe UK and USA. I'm pretty sure Japan and Italy will run into the generic names quite quickly as well, and of course any minor nation will run into them sooner or later. No, we started as a minor nation, although we are now one of the biggest nations in terms of industry. Except the measures that won the war, yeah. Aircraft process evaluation. Excellent. Is that... Hold on a minute, that's in armament? Yeah, it's in armament. Yeah, it's a bit of a... Oh, right, yeah, we got the climb rate focus and maneuverability focus. I wonder if this is like you can only have one, or if you can have both. I'm going to go with the climb rate focus. At least. I'm going to put the other one there as well, just in case. Oh, we got the medium tank destroyer. Okay, is that the first level? No, I believe it's the second level on the medium tank destroyer. Yeah, it is. Okay, the heavy tank destroyer is going to be done in 6 days. Okay, that's going to be nice. Oh, what do we have? Range fighting equipment. Okay, that is ahead of time indeed. So we can cancel that one. Light cruiser escort role. And compare it soon. Indeed we can. Light cruiser, right, yeah, so that is in naval. There it is. There's so many text that it's sometimes hard to find what you're looking for. Artillery carriage and design, so we can get the heavy artillery, some upgrades. Well, that's 1944, so maybe not quite yet, but eventually. Oh, proximity fuse. Oh boy. Let's actually have a look. What does that add? Oh, artillery is going to get a lot of things, including attack and defense in various terrains. Heavy air is going to get air defense and air attack. Oh dear, that is quite good. I think I'm going to put that to the top of the list. Yeah, it is a lot of extra attack. So what I'm thinking is, actually I suppose Batarahinal is mountains, it's quite heavy. We might want to send in one of these cores. I'm not maybe not the mechanized, because I'm pretty sure that these are not going to be that great in the mountains. One of the infantry corps I will send down here to assist in capturing Hitler. They'll just be there to be the muscle attacking them there. So Taz's army doesn't necessarily need to be doing all the hard work. Because we got a bit of extra troops in here now. Oh, there we go. We got the heavy tank destroyers. Let's have a look at the stats. So, heavy tank destroyer compared to the medium. So, it does have more soft attack, more hard attack, piercing of 80, armor of 62, defensive of 36, toughness of 45, air defense of 6, and softness of minus 40. Speed is basically nothing, and the cost is quite horrendous, but you know. That could be used on the surrounding, advancing a bit deeper so Hitler can be saved. True. But yeah, the heavy TD seems like it would be quite massive. It does look quite chunky indeed. I don't think I'm going to build them yet, but that's certainly something that we could do in very limited numbers. Hello, Huffman. How's it going? Right, well, I suppose, yeah, I could move in this here to maybe kind of go around into, like, encircle Munich and all that, like, go along the river here. That could work. Three over there and 2 over here. So we're certainly preparing for war. To be fair, we've been preparing for war quite a while. Well, technically speaking, we are at war against Ecuador. Heavy assault guns. Oh boy. Now let's have a look at that stat. The stats of that one. If we compare it to the assault gun, I suppose. Well, yeah, we'll compare it to the assault gun. It does have armor of 62. Ooh. There's not a lot of things that can pierce that. Even the medium tank destroyers can't pierce that. To be fair, it does cost like 2 infantry divisions worth for 1 battalion, so you know, it's not cheap. And the speed is very low. Like, that is certainly something that can punch through pretty much everything. It does have a piercing attack of 39 of its own. Soft attack of 30. And hard attack is 19. Oh man. It does use a lot of fuel. And yeah, it's certainly quite expensive, like... Oh man, let's actually have it just as an idea. We're not going to build these. But if we had, say, mechanized, I'm going to take all of that away. Probably get the half-track transports and headquarters in there. So if we put in heavy armor, heavy tank destroyer, heavy assault gun, that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So, heavy tank destroyer, heavy assault gun, and heavy armor. And then maybe we should put in... I don't know, actually, armored car might not be bad. That would be 81 IC per division. The attack modifier... Oh dear, march attack is basically nothing. Planes attack is okay. Actually, the attack modifiers are a bit low. Armor engineer, yeah, that could maybe be better. Let's have a look. Well, the modifiers are still quite bad. The march is even worse now. But in planes, and in a lot of defenses, it can be pretty darn good. 123 soft attack, 119 hard attack, 80 piercing, 62 armor, 11 air attack, 2% soft. Oh yeah, it is quite low. Defensive of over 200, 250 toughness, air defense is 60. Oh boy. Yeah, that downside is that it uses about 30 supplies and fuel combined per day. It's basically rough stats and pure defense. Yeah, pretty much. Well, the tank with 100 hard attack, 0 soft, 1 kilometer per hour, and 10 oil consumption. Oh, not far off right now. Well, I mean, to be fair, the soft attack is going to be quite a bit anyway. I mean, especially the... Let's see, the heavy assault gun gives a lot of soft attack. There's like about a quarter of it. Then heavy tank destroyer gives another 20, so that's about 1/6. What about the heavy tank? How much does that have? It's got soft attack at 27. That's almost another quarter there. Then the armored engineer probably gives a decent bit as well. It's another 10, and then mechanized infantry is of course okay. And it would only be 10,000 men, and the manpower cost isn't actually massive, but the division cost it's oh, right, yeah, now that we've got the armored engineer instead, so that lowered the cost a decent bit. Heavy tank will remain. Now we do have heavy tanks actually. We don't have a lot of them, but we do have them. Actually, it's in these mechanized divisions in here. We got 2 battalions of heavy armor, plus some medium artillery and all that. This is also going to be quite good quality division overall. And also we got some infantry tanks and that sort of stuff. Speaking of which, maybe we should get a bit more divisions with infantry tanks. Why is the infantry tanks stats right now? So they don't have a lot of piercing attack. They got okay support attack, and the softness is pretty decent. That would actually improve. I don't know, should I take the engineers away and put in the infantry tank, for example? That'll make it pretty good. We do want to have the heavy AT in there. If we have infantry tank, medium artillery, I mean, we could maybe put in either the assault guns or heavy assault guns. If it's infantry, I mean, technically speaking, the heavy assault gun could work. Oh man, this is also quite expensive. It doesn't take all that long to build, 140 days. It's 43 IC each, though. Let me put in the armored car there. That would be... yeah, it's still quite a bit. The modifiers for defense are not bad. The raw stats, I mean, it's not quite as good as the unit that we, or division that we were just admiring at. Anything with heavy on the name is at least 20 IC. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh man, that self-propelled AA is something that we do need to utilize, because that air attack is massive. Some rookie number. I mean, this is infantry division, you know. Although the toughness and defensiveness aren't that great, to be fair. Maybe if we get the... actually, I don't think any of these will... the light vehicle would give it a little bit defensiveness, actually. That could help. Maybe if we don't have that, but use the engineers instead, would that make it any... well, that's almost 200 toughness. This might actually not be a terrible idea, but let's see if we switch the heavy assault gun to just assault gun. That one does not... no, it still has 32 armor. And of course the infantry attack is even higher. So this one would be notably cheaper. It's a bit more expensive in terms of manpower. It's 15,000 men total. Like, something like this might not be bad. Now, it is just foot infantry, so it does have a lot of limitation. It does take a fair bit of supplies and fuel for foot infantry. Well, nominally foot infantry. You know what? We're going to make a full core of these. It's going to be expensive. And it's going to take a bit of manpower as well, but that's going to be something that can break at least through some things. Hopefully it's going to be enough to, you know, break some stalemates in places. Another thing that we do need is more airplanes, or Air Force. And speaking of Air Force, airplane radio communications advances. So that is indeed ahead of time. Not much over here that we're still researching. We've got over 90 research projects going on right now. We've still got 170 to research, but you know. Also, we're getting the isotope separation in August. That's not too bad. How they managed to do... oh, they've managed to take Messina now. And no, we don't need more resources. We've got full stockpiles of pretty much everything. I can see a bit of troops here. Yeah, there's 8 different headquarters in there, I believe. Something like that, anyway. It's quite a bit. Maybe that's the division headquarters, to be fair, but... oh, Spanish want to buy some of our interceptors. And small air search radar. Avionics, yeah. That's done. Still kind of just waiting for our chance to fight the Germans in here. Like, technically speaking, we could declare the war, but I have a feeling that we don't have the manpower to quite. USA cross the strait. They can sometimes, and sometimes they do have some sort of event or something that spawns in troops over here. I might be scripted some stuff in there, but like there's few provinces that might spawn troops in, but that's not guaranteed. That was in naval. Okay, so that was the first levels on those two. That's getting us a little bit closer to getting the next modifiers, although we needed so many things for those. Right, did we? No. Oh, actually, no, yeah, we did replace that. Okay, CM is still pretty much as is. Oh, there's been another partisan uprising in Indochina. No, I mean, Baltics are my puppets already. We invaded them ages ago. And so are the Nordics. As I figured that I don't necessarily need to have everything. Since I have, well, technically I have 7 puppets now, but since I have at least 6 puppets, I get certain modifiers. Did not notice that. Ah, that's alright. No worries. But yeah, they are friends. Actually, the Lithuanians have been instrumental in some of the wars that we've had, especially against Sweden. They did landings in like Gothenburg and Malmo and distracted the Swedish enough so that we could just drive through their lines and get to Stockholm. Yeah, we are the Balkans. Like right now, our only options to invade are either Germany, Italy, technically Swiss, the Allies, or the Soviets. It's a real Balkan time to attack Italy. We are going to attack them eventually. We have been preparing for it. It's just we need to wait for a good opportunity to actually invade, because otherwise it can go real bad real quick. It was ahead of time as well. A Dalmatia. Armor design advance. We do still have some light tanks, but we are kind of phasing away from them slowly but surely, at least for the new units, since we've started getting pretty good divisions or good designs from the other tanks as well. Dalmatia, Istria, and everything else. You know, like Paris, which is currently in Italian control. Right there. Aerodynamics, wall, navigation, radar. That's ahead of time. That's ahead of time. There we go. So now only 161 research projects going on. They seem to have quite a bit of... oh, it's actually not that many divisions. There's a lot of headquarters in here that we can spot, thanks to our radar and spies and all that. Ammunition capacity goes up for our planes, so that means that our planes should perform a little bit better in combat. But it does slow down them a little bit, but it's not really that big of an impact. 4-engine armament research. Oh, right, gun position. Is that? Oh, yeah. You can get that one. You know, look enough far away. Paris is also part of the Balkans. Exactly. High caliber cannons, ammunition, excellent submarine damage control. Uruguay wants to buy some energy. That's fine by me. 3 entities. No boots. Hitting her with your pockets full of shulkers. Fair enough. I trust the Ender Dragon went down quite nicely then. We've got some factories building up. It's probably not a bad thing. Actually, I know it's not a bad thing. I should take a few bottles of Dragon's Breath. Oh. And our landing craft is getting better and better. Not that we've really been using the landing craft, to be fair. Like, we used the auxiliary ships for Finland and Denmark. That's about it. Well, Turkey as well. Right, what was the thing again? Civil defense. Right, yeah, that does need to be cancelled. Oh boy, pocket battleship in October. It's gonna be our first proper heavy ship. And about time, really. We've been building up things quite a while. Come on. There we go. I just wanted to assign this under the headquarters. I know that there's some air wings that I've not bothered assigning, but I probably honestly should. It's easy to get... Oh, Queen Elizabeth is lost. The ship, that is. Production, no need. I do have quite a bit of interceptors as well. Mussolini's Bane has been launched. Where did I? Oh, bollocks, it went to the wrong airfield. One of them. Okay, well. Oh, this is one of the things that was... Okay, let me pause for a moment so I can deal with this without the game just throwing events and that sort of stuff at me. Right, engineer unit training in infantry. So that is indeed ahead of time. We could get the officer recruitment program, but I don't think we really need it. We got plenty of officers. We've still got over 40,000 extra. To be fair, we haven't really been producing that many new troops. We've just been making a lot heavier troops. Oh right, yeah, I got the secret text, that is true. Yeah, thermal diffusion. Well, that's actually the only one that we can do right now. I might put that to the top of the list though. An experimental nuclear reactor is going to be... Oh boy, that's going to be done soon. Then we can start building our first reactor. Export aluminum to South Africa? Sure. What is our resource situation right now? We could use a bit of tungsten. Molybdenum is probably not for sale. I think the USA is pretty much the only one selling that. So that's not a not an option really. We could get more synthetic rubber and then party rally. Bit less unrest. We could invest in the aluminum mines, I suppose. And then... Oh, we don't have the trait things. Nukes sound fun. Yes, kind of. I mean, there's every other major nation has built some nuclear reactors, except maybe Italy. I'm not entirely sure about them. I'm pretty sure that everyone else has built at least some of the experimental reactors. Like, even Germany has one in Berlin right now. That's fuel tank research, advanced... Oh, right, so we can finally get some of the 4-engine prototypes. Not that we necessarily need them, but, you know, might as well get started at least. Or rather, not that we necessarily use them, but we may need the text at least. We do still have quite a bit of money, which is certainly a good thing. Oh right, we're going to invest in the synthetic rubber again. More crude oil. Heavy water production. It's level 1 medium research radar. So that would be down here. And then the secret stuff, so that it didn't actually unlock anything, but... Oh, now we got the heavy water. Nuclear research, plus 5%. Okay. Another infantry division. Oh, right. We need to... Oh, hold on a minute. Do we still have a room in the Northern Army Group? I guess we do. I didn't expect that, to be fair. Didn't Dentrossi is part of the Northern Army Group. Oh, right. We didn't actually have... We only had 3 armies first there. Right, so this one is going to start forming up yet another army. Sign that under the army group there. Okay, so we've got 900... Oh, about 300 extra IC in production right now. Okay, yeah, it tracks. There's not that many units, but they are quite expensive. In the production queue right now. Oh, alright. Another thing that I should do is let's get the reactor going. Do we have the option? Hold on a minute, why? No, we don't. Army Hauptmann. I suppose we can do that. There you go. We'll get to take part in the invasion of Germany once we do. Not entirely sure what you'll be doing there, probably just plugging some gaps to be fair. And it's going to take a while before we have the full stuff, but... Ooh. You know what we're going to do with the tank divisions that are incoming? We're going to replace some of the corps in Alberto's army with those, and Hartmann is going to get those corps instead. So that way, at least Hartmann is going to have relatively good or experienced troops in there. Medium navigation radar advance. That would be in aviation once more. Time for Warcraft. Well, as long as you don't get caught, or as long as you make sure that we are the winning side. Okay, we might need to invest a bit more in supply production. Carrier crew training and another infantry division. Is that the entire corps already? I believe it is. Move the army a little bit to the side. Yeah, that is full corps. Still got a few infantry corps over here that I'm not quite decided where to put them. I might put them in here to get like to Dresden a bit faster. Like for example, this corps could easily do that, or help in that at least. I'll leave the one extra division as a reserve, and this corps could maybe get somewhere over here as well. I could try to take the woods over here. We didn't never do Warcraft. It's always mismanagement. Exactly. As long as we get to write the history books, it's fine. More warships, screws, and rudder advance. Oh, right. So now we're gonna get the frigates advance again. Or up. Oh, well, actually, we could, but it would be a bit ahead of time. So, oh, actually, that can be cancelled all the time. Oh, and that's also something that needs to be cancelled. There we go. Down to 149 research, and armor piercing capture is going to be done very soon. So how much is that going to give us? That's going to be the first level of that, and it's going to be actually heavy tank or heavy AT is going to get 4 piercing from that, and heavy tank destroyer is going to get 4 piercing. Medium tank destroyer is going to get 5 actually. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's going to make our anti-tank guns a bit better. There's the heavy A. How much do you have piercing? 41, so that's not going to be enough for some of the heavier tanks, I reckon. There we go. Oh, rare materials production is going to go down. And infantry semi-motorized piercing attack goes up by 2 as well. Oh, right. Yeah, oh, even the infantry get the increase in there. And do the mixed support? Armored support do get mixed support. Yeah, so it's basically going to increase the piercing attack on pretty much every unit. Not necessarily quite everything, but a lot of them. I'll be getting some more interceptors.